Welcome to Spit in the Bit. We are on the road to the Kentucky Oaks, which takes us to Virginia, Colonial Downs. A very unique race. The horses are going to be stretched out a little bit, going a mile and 16th, but it's only one turn. So I find that fascinating. You just watched one of our horses run today on that track, and uh, kind of a long stretch coming out of the gate to that first turn, huh?
Yeah, that's a long shoot. Um, yeah, but it's interesting. Like you said, there's just nothing else quite like it so far. So it's fun to watch
Yeah,
and fun to handicap.
yeah. So it's a little has a little unique twist to it. Um, I don't know. Would you say it favors early speed or doesn't? It allows for. I mean, I don't even know
I
what to
don't know. I
make of it.
mean, Brisnet does its breaks the track bias down a little bit, but there's not a ton of races to go off of. Uh, the the races I watched last year on that qualifying day, I mean it seemed like you had to be close to the lead, you know. Certainly last year in the Virginia Derby, the what was it, American Promise, the Lucas horse,
Mm-hmm.
grabbed the lead fairly quickly and then just ran away with it. I think being close to the lead is what you want to do.
Okay. Kind of
That's my
that's
gut.
that stocking trip. Um,
Yeah. Not saying you have to have the lead, but I think you need to be close to it. More of like a Preakness kind of race
yeah.
where you don't see, or I
Well,
shouldn't even say because I don't follow this track enough, but my gut tells me unless the pace just absolutely blows up, you won't see a deep closer in these two
no,
races.
no, and I'm okay with that on Saturday with this race with the Oaks because I want a front. I'm backing a front runner. I my top
Yeah.
choice I think is your top choice too, right? The number one, Dazzling
Yep.
Dames. I think
I
Dazzling
think it's
Dames
just
will
Dame.
be Dazzling Dame.
Dame.
Dame, just
Yep.
one. This is one
Dame.
horse, not two.
There's only
Dazzling Dame.
one Dame.
So
But certainly that's this horse's running style.
yeah, get out to get the lead or get up, get
Get
close
on
to
the
the
lead and
lead.
just come catch me.
Yeah. So I hope that works.
Um,
It has the right gate for it. They're
yeah.
coming out of the one post. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, and I don't because there's only six horses. I don't sometimes in those like 7 furlong races, I don't think being on the rail is great, because you got
Right.
to come out of the chute and get over. Um, but I don't think it's going to matter
No,
with this horse.
I don't think so either.
And she's big too, if I remember right. Um, in the Busanda, she's a big girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
She
I
just looked like she's just one of those horses. She just looked like she kept gathering herself more and more as the race went along, that last race. I haven't
yeah.
watched her other races prior to that, but she really just kept at it.
Yeah.
Won by
Yeah.
what, 11 lengths?
Yeah. Just you're going away. She looked
Well,
fantastic.
yeah, Toledo's ridden this horse what, 3 times? I think the
Yeah.
combined margin is pushing like 19 lengths in the 3 races he's been on her.
Right. Yeah, she's won 4 out of 5. Strong, speed figures. I like her post. I think the front runner, I'm good with that. Won the Busanda, won a big race. My only concerns, other than the fact there's a couple other good horses in there, is a first start in 70 days,
Sure.
and has never gone this distance. So I don't think that will be a problem, but hasn't done a mile and 16th yet. So
Right. Um, yeah, I mean that certainly has played out in some of the races for the boys here the last few weeks. But hopefully, because what did she run, like January, first part of January?
I believe so.
Yeah, yeah, Lusanda was that first weekend in
January, yeah.
you know, um well, because um it's somewhat in the backyard of that Maryland Brittany Russell area.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me at all that she aimed for this race after winning the Busanda, do another one turn race, but longer. It'll be interesting to see where she goes from here. Um, if they if they do another tune up, or if they just hold off. Because what are we, 6 7 weeks away from um, the Oaks? I would think she'd have another tune up to try her on 2 turns. Um, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah, well, yeah, this horses that run right out now, do they get another one in or not? Yeah.
Do you want that 6 7 weeks off?
Right. Right.
And
So
with her, she hasn't run 2 turns yet.
right. No, yeah. Um, but
Like
we're
her last race, Two Bits came back to win its next race, and she smoked um,
crushed
that field
her.
by 11 lengths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and we like Brittany Russell, and we're getting to be big fans of hers. I think ever since I saw what she did with Balboa this year, I kind of like her. I think she's a good trainer. So
Yeah, she's young, and she's already dominating Maryland, sounds like. So yeah, I'm intrigued by this horse for sure. And we talked about it a little the other day. By my numbers, I would take the top two or horses in this field over, man, just about all of the boys in that like 8 to 20 range of the ratings for the Colts, for the Derby. I think
yeah.
I like the numbers of two, maybe even three of these fillies quite a bit. They're they're showing that they're really talented.
Okay. With that said, who's your number two?
Well, I've got almost a dead heat for my 2 3. And because I have, and you have Dazzling Dame as well on top, I'm going with number 2, Hit Parade. The more we talked about it, the more I just don't. Again, I don't think the Baffert horse, number 3, Battle of Rouge. My gut tells me we're going to see another Baffert horse this year that folds in the stretch, and I could be wrong. But I think Hit Parade's the one that would benefit from that.
Okay.
Um, so
Yeah.
I'm going Hit Parade, but it's, to me, it's kind of a toss up. But I when I look at Battle of Rouge's races, um, I just think has run better when right on the lead. And I imagine that they're going to try and do that.
Yeah. Well, and you like the idea that Ortiz Irad is traveling up there to run essentially probably for Cox uh, Hit Parade and then the Colt in the Derby.
Yeah,
So
I I
that
agree.
yeah. So that says a lot. I have Hit Parade coming in third, but I could I think there's three very good horses in here. I like the connections. He's a proven route horse. He's one of the only ones that has gone this distance before. You know, I like the pedigrees. Set up for distance. So
Let me riddle you this, Batman. Yeah, so I have a sneaking suspicion, and suspicion might be the wrong way, but I think a big motivation for being in Virginia for this weekend um, is Hit Parade for IRAD as a potential Oak source. Because when I look at the past performances for Hit Parade. Uh, I think that it's quite possible that Cox feels that Saez went out too hot or too fast in the Martha Washington. Um, like in the Untappable, laid off the pace a little bit and ran him down.
Mhm.
Um, and did that in its maiden claiming win too. I think the horse wants to be, or I have a sneaking suspicion that they think the horse was not put in the natural position, its natural running style position in the Martha Washington. Could be wrong, but I think they wanted to be a little further back than they were.
All
And
right.
I think that's going to be the, I think that's going to be the instruction in this race. Lay off of um, Dazzling Dame and Battle of Rouge, and maybe some other horses too, but take advantage of them wearing each other down a little bit.
Yeah. So
So
you're looking for an improvement from Hit Parade based on the
I am.
possibly based on the ride itself. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
um,
So then Bottle of Rouge, I have second. You, I'm guessing, have Bottle of Rouge third.
I do. I do. I don't like, I'm not trying to say this horse is not talented at all. I think this is a very talented horse, but it reminds me a little of um, some of the horses Baffert had last year. Um, Citizen Bull ran exceptionally tough and hard and well in the Breeders' Cup Mile, but I don't think he wanted much more than a mile and a 16th. You know what I mean? Um, and I think we saw that last week um, with Baffert.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just this horse is kind of similar. Like I don't I don't see this horse wanting to go that far, a mile and an eighth. I really don't. What do you think?
Yeah. The distance could be something for Bottle of Rouge. Only time ran over a mile, did not run that well. I mean, not terrible, but it was it didn't seem to take to the distance. Faced tougher competition. Well, I don't know if I'd say tougher, but this faced, grade one level competition. Um, on paper, pretty good horse. Very talented horse, but I'm with you on this as far as it's going to be over bet. You have
Oh,
two
for
other
sure.
two other very good horses. I can't see Battle Rouge not being in the mix, but
Oh no, again,
let's
I'm not. I think
go
it'll.
let's go away from her winning. You know, I do like her because I was there at her debut, which I got to put in a plug for. Hamika
Mhm.
won, Bottle of Rouge came in second, and our girl Kazazi took third. So,
Great.
not bad third place run for debut for all three of those horses. So, um,
And if you look at the pace ratings that Brisnet does for
yeah,
her race, um, it's one of those Baffert horses that's going to get out and be near the lead or on the lead, but has done her best running when um, it's just a moderate pace. Um,
yeah,
it's Baffert running like in the Breeders' Cup Juvie, that was a hot pace, or
yeah,
certainly, and could not stay with Super Cordero and Explora. Um, and even last race at Sunland, where it's pushing almost a moderate pace as
yeah.
opposed to slow. I watched that race and but she was looking tired to me. Swerved out at the eighth.
Oh yeah, coming down the stretch was all looked very green.
For sure. And I think part of that was fatigue in my opinion, didn't look, and again, it just that running style, that doesn't seem to want to go much further than a mile, is my opinion.
Well, and she's not going to be able to dictate her pace. That's going to be Dazzling Dame is going to set the pace. So yeah, so this could be a race where she'll be the favorite, and we'll be able to make some money off of Hit Parade and Dazzling Dame, beating her.
And it's possible, that um I mean, I guess the bottom line is whether Dazzling Dame or Battle Rouge can keep up with each other. I don't, even if one of them breaks poorly, I think they're going to press each other at the very least. I don't see, these are some two really tough fillies, and I don't see one of them backing very far off the pace and just letting the other one dictate it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I lean. And so for me, I look at those two horses and I think who shows the grit to keep on fighting. And I'm going with Dazzling Dame, and therefore I have Hit Parade over Battle of Rouge.
Works for me. Works
right.
for me. So let's wrap this up. We don't see any of the 4, 5, or 6. The four has some, but
yeah, there's some intrigue to the 4 for me.
Yeah, me too.
But not a lot. Not a lot. I don't see. I feel like they must believe in the horse a little bit, but it's got us. For the most part, it's those top 3 for me.
Yeah, the 4-horse Cadabra might factor in the race as far as might be one of the horses that can go get out there and
I agree.
push Dazzling Dame and make the pace a little bit hotter than what some of these want it to be. But I don't see Cadabra being able to sustain that and keep it up throughout the race. So yeah,
I agree, and it's another reason. That's my last point, I guess, on why I think it's going to be better than a moderate pace. Like Velasquez has even done it on Baffert horses, right? Mm-hmm. He's really good at judging when a pace is going way too slow. And I think he's going to go out there to challenge for it personally.
Yeah.
I think whoever survives the pace of Battle of Rouge or Dazzling Dame is going to be the better horse. But if they really go at it, I think Hit Parade's got a real chance to knock them both down.
Pick up the pieces, yeah.
All
right. So
there you go.
You have the 1, 2, 3, Dazzling Dame, Hit Parade, Battle of Rouge. I have 1, 3, 2.
There you go.
Dazzling Dame, Battle of Rouge, and Hit Parade. But 3 really good horses. Should be a great horse. Small field, only 6, but 3 really good ones. And then, Cadabra can, influence the outcome of the race, put it that way. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like on paper.
Tough to make some money, my friend. So good luck.
Do my best. You too. The best case scenario probably would be Dazzling Dame and Hit Parade in the exact, and Battle Rouge finishing third. That's probably
could happen.
The greatest opportunity to make a profit.
Yep. All right. Well, hey, let's watch some fun races in Virginia this weekend and get back at it next week.
Off to New Orleans next week.
Perfect. We love New Orleans. All right. Take care.
All right. Take care.